Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Lolantia Show. Today, I'm sharing a message from Freyja, the Norse goddess. So I don't think that I've really shared anything from gods or goddesses. I'm pretty sure that that is stuff that will be coming more and more. I've been working with them for years, but it's not like the primary energy that I work in. So it's like, I work with them for a period of time, often through my own stuff, but I don't necessarily share so much on my YouTube channel. So we'll see how interested you guys are in this. But Freyja has been working with me through some things, and I thought that it was time to share some of these things. And yeah, it just felt important with that. When I tuned in to see what video I needed to do, basically this is what I was told. So if you're new here, welcome. My name is Lolantia. I'm a psychic realm channeler and energy healer. I specialize in working with the magical realms. So I work with dragons, unicorns, mermaids, fairies, all of the different magical beings. Obviously, I also work with gods, goddesses, ascended masters, galactic beings. I work with quite a lot of different energies. And I bring forward some of the messages from these different beings here. I am all about empowerment and you kind of finding your own truth. So I'm here to just activate you to your own truth. So don't take everything as fact. Tune into what is true for you of anything that I talk about. And I'm always like pushing that you find your truth, because I know for me, I've read books, I have watched videos, and with everything that I do, I take what resonates and I leave what doesn't. And I stay open-minded, and sometimes I go back and I realize that some of those things that I wasn't ready for, I was now ready for, and it was my truth. So everybody's at a different place, and you have to really go with what resonates for you. So Freyja, like I said, is a Norse goddess. Freyja appears to me as very golden, a lot of golden energy around her. She like light, like radiating light, gold light. But I can also feel like that Norse energy and presence, like even in I don't want to say in the way she dresses, because she's not, I don't know, it's just present, right? You can feel it, and I want to say that I can see it, but I don't really know how to put that, like how to explain it exactly. So what I did do, because it's hard to find images online that really portray what Freyja looks like accurately, that I can actually use, because, like the artists, like I didn't buy it, so I'm not going to use it. And even like on Shutterstock and stuff, it's hard to find good images, but I pulled a card out from from one of my decks that has Freyja on it. Now, this is her as looking rather young. I know that she embodies the maiden, the mother, and the crone. She embodies all three of those energies. So it's just depending on what comes forward for you. At least that's how I understand it to be, and that has been my experience so far. When she appears to me, it's kind of as a mother, and not old, but definitely mature. And she has a lot of really beautiful energy in that way, but she also presents like very secure in her sexuality and in owning her power and her feminine, a very like balanced feminine masculine type energy, but yet really radiating that feminine. She, like I said, is like a very golden light that kind of radiates from her. And so that is something that I feel really, really strong. So this is something that may help you connect with her energy. It may or may not, but I wanted something to show. I just felt called to share that. So that is a little bit of that. So what I have been working with Freyja on is self-love. That's one of the things that I've been working on with her, and working with the runes as well. And I'm not going to go into the runes because that's still something that I want to study. I'm going to go deeper with them before I really share anything regarding runes. But with Freyja, when I work with her, I do some chanting, not all the time. Sometimes I do some chanting beforehand to open those doors and allow that energy to come present. And I've been doing this a lot when I'm working in that Norse magic, Norse goddess and god energy. So one thing that she showed me the other day is that importance of, so if you're seeking a partner or you're opening to receive a partner and you're like, oh, I have so much love to give, I'm just overflowing with love, I want to give love to another person, that's beautiful, it's absolutely amazing. But for the time being, it's important to turn that love that you want to give to another person and turn it inwards and really radiate that love back at yourself. And when you have a partner, that love that you have for them, also looking at that as a mirror for the love for yourself. So it's not that you're going to turn that love away from them, but it's that you see it as a mirror for you and that love for you. So when you look at them and you gaze at them and you're like, oh my goodness, I have so much love for you. I'm just so deeply in love with you. I just can't, you want to crawl inside of them, that kind of love. Then look at that as you, the love for you, okay? Because we're so quick to turn our love to others, but we're really slow to give that love to ourselves. And it's really important that we embody that love. Now, when we want to attract a partner, we want to radiate the highest frequency and the highest space of alignment that we possibly can in that moment, because we want to attract somebody that is in alignment with us. That's going to be a healthy relationship, and not that we attract them in a place of lack because we're lacking something. We want to attract them in a place where we already have everything that we need. They're just like a bonus. And of course, somebody's messaging me on Facebook and the ding 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 keeps happening. I can't get it, like I can close out Facebook and it still dings at me. So when you radiate that love that you feel for yourself and just hold that space, that energy, then that attracts somebody, or the person. It attracts people in general, actually, to you because they're drawn to that light. But it's going to attract those people that are in alignment with you. Yes, it can attract people who want to take advantage of you. They're attracted to your light and all of that, and you need to have strong boundaries. But you're also able to attract those that are really in alignment with who you are. So then if you're attracting a relationship with a person, then you're going to attract the right energy because you're doing it not in a place of lacking something. So when you're when you are desiring to be loved and cherished by another, and to love and cherish another, turn that towards you. How can you love and cherish yourself? How can you be there for you and really hold that space for yourself? So if you're attracting somebody in that space of lack, that you don't already have that, then you're going to not attract somebody in the right alignment, or likely won't attract somebody in alignment. I'm just going to glance through my notes here and make sure that I'm covering everything. And of course, when we talk about self-love, we have to have self-acceptance first. We have to learn to accept ourselves and where we are at any given moment. Not being like, oh, well, when I lose 10 pounds, then I'm gonna be more accepting of myself, or when I do this, or when my skin is more clear, or I only accept myself when I have makeup on. Like, no, you need to accept yourself in every moment, really. Finding that level of acceptance can be really hard, but it is really, really important. I know for me, it has been a year since I have been in a relationship, and my last relationship was a huge learning experience for me. And when that ended, it was painful, but I also recognized that the lessons that I learned in that experience and how important those lessons really were in my expansion and in coming into alignment with the person that's right for me. Now, our souls loved each other. Our humans loved each other. Our human selves loved each other. But we weren't in our human selves were not in alignment for this lifetime. And so while there was a lot of energy there, there wasn't true alignment. So in that, I recognized so many things within me that were ready to be shifted. And so that has been such a focus on my own. Now I'm not in need of a partner. I do quite well on my own. Um, and it's been, a wonderful journey on my own. And one day when the right person comes along, then that will be awesome. But in the meantime, what I find is that finding a deeper level of self-acceptance and self-love is an ongoing journey. Like we can always go deeper with it because we're so trained, conditioned to not love ourselves and to always seek outward approval from others. And this doesn't have to have anything to do with a relationship. This can be in general. We want others to approve of us. We want others to accept us. We want others to love us. And when we don't see that, feel that, know that, then we feel like we're not lovable, we're not acceptable. And so that's where it is so important that we find that within ourselves. And like I said, like we're always learning more. It's not like we get to this point and it's like, oh, I've been through the whole journey. I've already experienced everything. I'm done. No, I feel like there is always more. We can always go deeper with it. And sometimes we kind of fall off that path. We can feel like we're doing really, really well, really self-aware in regards to all of it, and then we get depressed or something happens in our life that makes us feel unsafe, and we don't necessarily forget, but we forget for the moment until it's time to return to that space, and then we begin to recognize it again. So building that love within yourself, embracing you, and looking at all of that love you want to receive from another person or that you want to give another person and turning that to yourself, really embodying that energy. So what are actual steps you can take in this? So for some of the things that have come forward for me is making time and committing to a routine of good, positive self-talk. And in this time, this is like my meditation time as well, but and sometimes I journey, but this is that time when I will chant. I will sometimes play my singing bowl. Sometimes I will chant affirmations or just repeat affirmations and build that energy within me. I will check in with my energy and what I'm really actually feeling and getting really honest with myself about what I'm feeling in that moment. If I'm finding that I'm struggling with accepting myself or I'm being hard on myself, then I acknowledge it. I might confront those aspects of myself. If my self-saboteur is really showing up, if my martyr is showing up, or my inner child is feeling upset or sad, I say confront. Confront is a little bit of a confronting word, but I will approach them with a gentleness and love and listen to their side. And this is just an aspect of me, but I'm looking at me from another perspective and like, why do you feel that? Why are you in that place? What is going on? Where does that stem from? And exploring that. And doing all of this work and learning how to do all of this work on your own and recognizing that you can always come back to center, always come back to who you are in that place of love and acceptance. Then when you are in a relationship, or if you already are in a relationship, this can strengthen it, then you can find a better balance in that relationship, a healthy balance and healthy boundaries and healthy connections. And it doesn't mean that everything's perfect, because relationships are still about learning. Yes, it is about having support. It is about having companionship. It is about being there with and for each other. But we don't have to have a partner. All of us can get by without one. And when we find all of that within ourselves, and that's often when we come into alignment, if that is our path. And for some, that is not the path. They're not meant to have a partner. Maybe the lessons are in not having a partner. Maybe you had partners for most of your life, and now your lesson is to learn how to be self-sufficient and strong on your own feet. And that's okay too. There is, I look at it this way, there's not really any wrong path. It's just different for everybody. But what I find with Freyja, when I invite Freyja into the space, when I invite her energy in to support me when I do this work, she brings in such a loving energy, such a supportive, peaceful, but yet powerful. Like she still has a bit of a warrior energy, a feminine strength. And she is very able to hold a beautiful space through this kind of work, and really being able to own your own feminine and your own warrior feminine, your own strength, your own true power, true authentic power, and not needing to be in a place of power for the wrong reasons, but in a place of love and connection to yourself. Okay? So as you really love yourself, as you accept yourself and love yourself, then your vibration rises. And as your vibration rises, then you attract to you those that are in alignment with you. If we attract people to us when we're in a place of lack, then we're going to attract more lack. There's going to be an energy there that's not really going to be sustainable long term. And that can be okay too, because there can be necessary lessons in that relationship. And that's okay. And I say relationship, that can be any kind of relationship. It doesn't have to be a romantic relationship. I'm just seeing if there's anything else in my notes that I wanted to mention. So what she says, I want to read this paragraph. It's a long sentence, I guess. What you wish to receive for another, you must give yourself. So what you want to receive from, I said for, I think it's supposed to be from, when you want to receive something from another, like I said, you want to feel loved and cherished. These are words that I use, so you find words that work for you. You want to feel loved and cherished. Love and cherish yourself as if you were another, okay? You must see the beauty of yourself and love yourself, accept yourself. Find who you are before you are ready to receive another. And remember, you are complete as you are. So this remembering that you are already complete. Sometimes we're seeking another in a place of being incomplete. You must feel that completeness within yourself already. Now, if you're in a relationship and maybe there's an imbalance, it doesn't mean that you can't find a balance. It doesn't mean that the relationship can't work. You know, it's different for everybody. Maybe you learned your lessons and it's time to move on. But maybe as you learn to love and accept yourself more, then your partner will learn to love and accept you more as well. And maybe you can rekindle that if the energy was flat or it hasn't felt like you've really been connecting strong. You may be able to find that again as you find that within yourself, okay? So that is everything for this video. I think that I got my point across. I hope that it resonates with you. If you have anything to share, stories that you want to add, please comment below, because sometimes it helps to hear other people's stories and other people's experiences. And that's why I briefly said a little bit of mine. I don't want to say too much because it's not just my story. You know, it's two people that are involved in it, and I don't want to go into that too much. But what I learned from my most recent experience is that importance of really being strong in our authentic energy. And sometimes we think we are and we're not. So that's why it's important to stay connected to ourselves, even if we're feeling strong emotions for another person. It's easy to get lost in them. It's easy to get lost in that love that we can feel for another, but we don't want to get lost in it. It's fun. It is fun. It feels amazing, but then we lose track of ourselves. And that's where we need to bring that back inwards and feel that within ourselves too. So yeah, that is everything for today. I'm sure going forward there will be more messages from Freya. Maybe I'll share some messages from Odin. Um, yeah, I there's a lot of stuff to come, but in the meantime, I still have a lot of videos that are being prepared and recorded that are about different dragons. Still working through the elemental dragons. Still working on some videos about fairies. The Mara Being videos always do really well. I don't have anything in particular in this moment that I'm working on regarding the Mare beings, but I know that there will be more coming. So I say that, and then I have a guide that pops in, and she's ready to share a message. So I may have another Mare being video that goes up soon. But if you like having videos, I don't know, learning more about things from the goddesses or gods, then comment below and let me know that these are things that interest you, and um, I'll try to make a little bit more time to bring through some messages that they think are important to share. So if you are not already in my group is Sorceress Circle. It is on Facebook. I go live 3 times a week with my friend Natalie. Definitely check it out. That is a great place to interact with us. If you would like to talk to me one-on-one, of course you can leave a comment and I'll reply. But if you want to have a deeper conversation, or I don't know, you can message me on Instagram anyways. So all the links are below, and I will see you on the next video. Bye.